Hello, jet flyers and jet enthusiasts everywhere. Just kidding, battlefield enthusiasts everywhere. This is a jet tutorial, and in this tutorial I'll be covering basic strategies and how to not die, how to not blow up. Unless you hear that? That was the sound of death if you have no flares. Um, well, I see a lot of people shooting their flares early, and then they get blown up because the person is more experienced than them. And that's what the point of this tutorial is to teach you guys how to not die. So, you heard that sound. The the beeping noise, don't worry about it. You're not gonna explode yet. When you hear the low soft tone, it's not really soft. When you hear the low tone, that means get a little worried. And then when you hear the beeping, the quick beeping, um, after the tone, is when you should deploy your flares because that means they shot the missile after they got a lock. So that's bad, and shoot your flares when that happens. Okay, so this next tip that is happening right now is I am circling around this guy that I see on my little map down there in the bottom left. See, he's the orange jet emblem, and I'm trying to get behind him because that is how you don't die. You try and get behind the enemy jet so that he obviously has to evade you and not get blown up. And so that's what we're in a fight for right now, is to see who's behind. And I apparently won that fight somehow, I'm not really sure. But the technique I was using was utilizing the brakes and the thruster. So when you turn, there's a spot, there's like a sweet spot in between going really fast and going really slow. And the spot is you hit the brakes when you're turning and you feel yourself turn quicker. And then you start to feel yourself turn, you hold the brakes down, right? So then you feel yourself start to turn slower, and that's when you hit your thrusters, which is the left stick on console. I have no idea what it is on PC. But you hit the left stick, and you hit your thrusters, and then it boosts you a little bit more, so you get that sweet spot of speed in your turn. That's probably the best, I guess, fight for the behind trick I can teach you. Um, some people say go up in the air and do a giant barrel roll until the enemy is stupid enough to run to the ground. I suppose that's okay if you think that your enemy is that stupid. But most people that are not children know that that's a bad idea to run straight into the ground because they know that they're gonna run into the ground before it happens. So barrel rolling, in my opinion, is a terrible idea because not only you're just barrel rolling. Anybody from the ground can see a bird in the sky barrel rolling. A giant frickin' hawk, which is a jet, obviously. And not only that, but you can get shot a lot easier if there's a jet tailing you, because this part is not really a good example, but later on I will hint to the example. And they basically have a perfect angle and a perfect lead on you so that they can blow you up and shoot you down with their guns, not their missiles. Now, yeah, missiles are good if people don't have flares, but if people do have flares and they know how to use them, missiles are almost useless because the way most people use them. Most people shoot both of their rockets at once. Well, if you do that, it's kind of a bad idea because you just lost both rockets, and it's just that takes a while to reload, and usually they regain flares by then. So what I do is I shoot one rocket to get rid of their flares, lock onto them again, shoot that rocket, they're almost dead, switch to my gun, which is probably the most powerful weapon you'll have, and then destroy them with my gun, with the main gun. Sorry about that, my Facebook is acting up. Anyways, see this guy, me and him, we were in a fight for behind. This is when it happens. Perfect angle, blown up. See that? Easy mode right there. Don't do barrel rolls, it's just a bad idea. Now, like, some people say if you're being locked onto, fly straight up into the sky. Well, if you want to do something fancy, like get out of your jet and blow them up with a frickin' rocket launcher, go ahead, record it, and send it to me, and I will be amazed. But, other than that, I say it's a bad idea to fly straight up in the sky if you're being locked onto. If you're being locked onto, and you know it's from the ground, I would suggest flying pretty high up, but not straight into the sky, and then fly as out of the map as fast as you can, because that way, they'll lose their lock, obviously, like it just happened right there. I flew really far out, and then they couldn't lock onto me, and that was the point. So after he couldn't lock onto me, that was great. And now, if there was a jet on you and you know he's locking onto you, then do the spinning technique with the thrusters and the brakes, because that they'll lose their lock because they can't have that great of a aim on you. And so another tip I can give you is when you're shooting at somebody with the gun, with the belt gun, lead them, obviously. If they're at a greater range, lead them farther. And another tip is if they're at a very large distance, then always burst fire it. If you're not 100%, you're going to hit them and you're going to kill them. Burst fire it, like I was doing right there, kind of, and you just go bzz, 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 put that just hit that trigger a couple times. Don't hold it down, because then you'll just waste ammo and then you'll have to reload. And that's never good for running out of bullets. So just burst fire unless you're 100% sure you're going to kill them, like the time the guy was doing a barrel roll. So I just died right there. Got back in the jet, started flying up, and I see this guy, and pretty sure I do the spinning technique, or I think I shoot him, but yep, there you go. So there's nothing really to flying jets. It's just be smart. I don't know. Just don't do barrel rolls unless you have to. Unless you think it's a wonderful idea, then go ahead. But other than that, I'd say barrel rolls are a terrible idea. So yeah. One more tip I can give you is if you're I don't know, afraid of being targeted and you can't get behind the jet, but if the enemy jet does not know you're there, fly really close to the ground, because it's a lot harder to spot a jet when he's on the ground. So that's about it for this tutorial. It's about to fade out here, and I hope you guys learned something from this, and I hope you can put it into practice and get that, jump out of the jet and kill him. So, yep, I just exploded. Don't get discouraged over dying, because it's gonna happen. Everybody happens. So, have a good day, guys. Have a good life. Have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day.